morning everyone, and once again I'm coming to you from the beautiful Albany in the southwest of Western Australia. And once again I've got up nice and early to catch a sunrise. And this morning, you know what, 30 seconds ago I was about to say this morning looks like it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to adjust that slightly. This morning looks like it might be okay. We'll find out soon enough. Still got about 20 minutes till sunrise. The colour was just starting to appear in the sky, but now as I've sort of found what I think is my spot for a shot, those colours are sort of fading already, and there's a band of cloud across the horizon. So, I don't know. It may not work out quite as well as I had hoped, but is that going to stop me? Is it going to stop me? No, it is not going to stop me. Let's do this thing. This spot here is going to be pretty good, I think. So it's a huge rocky area just around from the beach. And right in the middle of it here, we've got all of these really nice round, I guess sort of shiny boulders just lying on the beach. A little bit of water sort of flowing around them. And so really sort of some interesting shapes that I reckon I can work with. So I'm just going to have a little walk around for a little bit, just handheld, just try and find a shot, find a composition, get the tripod all set up, and we'll get going. So I think this is going to be the little spot I'm going to set him right here. And from here, if I just spin around, there's this nice sort of view out. A couple of rocks in the foreground, some rocks just out by themselves in the water with some waves crashing over them. And then we've got some hills in the background over there. Right here, this rock right here, I was sort of trying to work around that to put that right in the immediate foreground of my image. Unfortunately, because I didn't think ahead, I've got my footprints all around it here. So I'll just focus maybe from about here and up. So I just want to get my tripod high enough so I've got separation between these rocks in the foreground, and then we've got these two sort of bigger, or two or three or four bigger rocks further out in the midground, I guess. So just separation, what I mean is that by just having enough water visible between those two sets of rocks so that you can actually see that they're sort of separated in different elements in the scene. Just spent a little bit of extra time, maybe that I normally would, sort of leveling out my tripod and really just focusing on the composition, what I'm shooting. Especially when, so this isn't, it's not an overly complex scene or composition, but there are a few different elements to it. So just want to pay that extra little bit of attention to all of the different elements that are in the shot here. So even though sunrise is creeping closer and closer, just wanted to take that extra minute just to try and sort things out. Kind of things I'm paying particular attention to around the edges of the frame, making sure there aren't sort of subjects, in this case some of the rocks being cut off in weird places. Obviously making sure the horizon's level and things like that. And really just focusing on a clear sort of path or line through the image from the foreground all the way to the background, especially with all these rocks dotted around. You can sort of pick out all these different lines leading out. So I've just tried to, really tried to focus on that. Polarizer can do some really interesting things here. Notice as you spin it, obviously it's cutting all the glare off these rocks sort of in the foreground. But I'm especially looking at this black rock in the middle. This one right about there. And it's good having just a little bit of glare on it so you can see the shape on it. See, if I do that, you can't see, or the whole thing's black, you can't see any definition. Just spin it back a little more and you just get that little bit of definition in that rock, which is quite nice. So that sun's just popped up from behind this bank of cloud now, so it's casting this nice soft glow on these rocks because they're a little bit wet. That just looks, yeah, that looks nice. That looks pretty nice. So I did actually swing around as soon as I saw the sun pop up. As soon as I saw the sun pop up, I swung around just a little bit, just so I could get a shot with sort of the glowing sun just in frame. And then as soon as these rocks lit up in front of me, I swung back around and I'm shooting these again now. So yeah, the sky isn't overly dramatic where I'm shooting. There's no clouds in the sky, but just with the sun just out of frame, just giving these rocks a bit of side light, bit of nice warm glow. It's looking good, it's looking good. So, a couple of other things I'm doing while I'm still here. The sun's up now, the light's getting a bit harsh, but such a nice spot. I just want to stick around for a bit. So, just sort of tightening in on some of these rocks here, cutting out the sky and a lot of the ocean and just getting really tight on these rocks with that nice glow on them. So, a few different kinds of shots. I'll have a little poke around there and see how those work. Alright, that's going to do me a successful morning. I think so. I mean, the definition of a successful morning is sort of up in the air with this kind of stuff anyway, isn't it? You take some photos, you shoot some video, hopefully it all works out nicely. Hopefully just also taking that extra little bit of time to, you know, really concentrate on the composition and those few little things. You know, even when you're racing against, in this case, the sunrise, even when you're racing against the light, really just pays just to take that extra little bit of time just to try and tick those little things off that you really should be doing. Make sure everything's level, making sure your composition is as good as it can be, just checking your frame for little stray elements that maybe detract from the photo. So yeah, hopefully taking that little bit of extra time this morning has paid off. Anyway, it's a great spot here. I think I'll come back to this spot again at some stage. But for now, I'm out of here. So thank you for watching. As always, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see you later. Cheers. Who are we kidding, right? When people like me are filming things like this and we just walk off into the distance, leaving our camera behind as if, you know, you guys don't know that there's a camera sitting back here that we're not going to come back for. Anyway, just went back to my camera. Here it is. See ya.